Welcome to the UDL department. This department consists of members from the art department, music department, PA, hence drama department, film department, and the physical health and education department. And we were set up in a way and how to bring in universal design for learning at Orion in our MYP program. So what is universal design for learning? At a glance, universal design for learning is a way of thinking about teaching and learning that helps give all students an equal opportunity to succeed. Now, this approach offers some flexibility in the way students can access material, engage with it, and show what they know. Now, developing lesson plans this way helps all students, but it may be especially helpful for students with learning and thinking differences. So, this is at a glance. Now let's look at the main principles for universal design of learning. So the main principles are into these three categories. So the first one is engagement, and this is the why of learning. Now UDL encourages teachers to look for multiple ways to motivate students, letting students make choices and giving them assignments that feel relevant to their lives are some of the examples of how teachers can sustain students' interest. Other common strategies include making skill building feel like gaming and creating opportunities for students to get up and move around in the classroom. The second one is representation, and this is the what of learning. Now, what UDL recommends here is offering information in more than one format. For example, textbooks are primarily visual, but providing text, audio, video, and hands-on gives students the chance to access the material in whichever way suits their learning strengths. Our final one is action and expression. Sometimes you might just see it as expression. And this is the how of learning. And here, UDL suggests giving students more than one way to interact with the material and to show what they've learned. For example, students might get to choose between taking a pencil and paper test, giving an oral presentation, or doing a group project. Now, these are the three principles. I want to share with you something that a student has done that represents UDL in the music department. And now I'll hand over to Mr. Wisdom.
Hi, my name is Mr. Wisdom Abutiati. I am the music facilitator for MYP and diploma programs. The platforms we use are ManageBack for attendance, Zoom, Google Meet, Google Classroom, and Slides. And so we get to see all the students in my class, Band Lab. I'm going to share work I gave my students to do. They were supposed to produce an audiobook, and this student went the extra mile to create so many channels, and I hope you enjoy what he did.
Look out! Here comes the phantom clockwork man, the terrified monarch, and every gnome dropped his stool.
And we also want to look at flat and see what is happening on flat with my year 10 class. And this is how the interface looks like. And that is a year 10 student composition. And it's quite impressive that students are able to go the extra mile to show what they are learning. This will be all for my presentation. Thank you for your time. I hope you enjoyed it.
Good afternoon. My name is Didier, and I will be sharing with you the slides of UDL and PHE on my behalf and Madam Cecilia. PHE lesson plans are being shared with the students to brainstorm their knowledge understanding in the beginning of each lesson and unit. Year 7 students' learning engagement in UDL is being assessed through Flipgrid, where in part 1, students show example of issuing graphs about atmosphere, and in part 2, students issuing different type of presentation on Flipgrid for both evidence and assess criterion they are working on. In year 8, students presenting drawing evidence to show clearly their understanding of Newton's laws of motion related to different action and reaction by drawing different actions and explanation. Virtual applications are also being used in the formative and diagnostic assessment for students' engagement and evidence. And Flipgrid is being used for the summative assessment where students can express themselves in different ways by drawing, recording themselves, and even talking in the videos. Year 9 in Google Classroom is being used to share UDL questions, and students' feedback and reflection are given in these examples. Year 10, using live Zoom, YouTube videos, and self-recording fitness videos are also shared into Zoom. Padlet is also part of Year 10 to show feedback of their work related to issues in sports and offer peers feedback to improve their work.
Once again, I come your way. This is Mr. Wisdom. On behalf of Mr. Kelvin and Mr. Solomon, I present to you the Universal Design of Learning and the Performing Arts in Arian International School. With regards to virtual learning, in the Performing Arts class, we engage students with the Language, Literature, and Humanities department. Students are given the opportunity to creatively transfer ideas to addressing real issues. Productions are also watched via Digital Theatre Plus platforms. Media used for engaging students here are Google Classroom, Padlet for group discussion analysis, Zoom for checkups for updates, and stream explanations. Now, this is an exemplary student work with the Humanities Department on sustainability. And then this is an exemplary work with the Language Literature Department. It's a TikTok poetry session.
You don't make my decisions. It's because you're fired. You can't fire me. I make your decisions and I say I'm not fired. Ha! Well,
It's an interesting one.
you don't make my decisions.
Hello, welcome to UDL and Visual Art. The visual art aims at serving students with the angle of expression and representation in their respective subjects being integrated into. These are individual societies, language, and literature. These are some of the works that have been integrated into by students. The visual arts looks at two main points of action. These are expression. Students are engaged to respond to an integration according to their best abilities in representational activities with visual arts. Representation. Students are encouraged to visualize and create a representational response in the given task without missing the focus. Here, we see a UDL question of integration with literature. Students were to illustrate into Macbeth, Lady Macbeth, and the Witch. Thank you. Over to you, Tatiana.
Madam, I know. Madam, you see, like on that day you explained it to us because, like, if you like take from the side view, you should make sure you like follow the same angle. Because if you go that side, it means you're like jumping to the next angle. So that's really bad for a movie. That's why.
So hello, it's me, Tatiana. In filming, the students are engaged, explorative, and creative. They learned how to storyboard a short film, how to use light in filming, and the editing part.
Thank you, Madam Tatiana, for a wonderful presentation on filming. Now we've come to the end of our presentation about UDL, Universal Design of Learning. We hope you've enjoyed what we have shared, and our vision is to continue improving on what we're doing. We believe that UDL should be represented in all forms of learning. So stay tuned and watch out for updates from the UDL department. Bye for now from the UDL team.